So if you want to kill yourself with cigarettes and beer and wine, I won't profit off of it. I went in there, talked to Jason. He's one of their servers there. He's really cool. Told him about the show, and I got some of these snackadoodles. And he seemed pretty, pretty stoked about everything. So cool. And we can learn from a hallway in the middle of a burger joint. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And I can deliver food to you. Well, I could, but you passed away, but appreciate it. I'm not gonna ban beer and cigarettes and alcohol, but I'm gonna lower the taxes on them. Tell you what. All right, so what I plan to do is keep alcohol and cigarettes legal, but ban it in areas where there's problems, like Alaska, for an example, but lower the taxes on it overall. So the government doesn't profit off of you and your addiction. So it'll be kind of easier to get. But if there's areas that show like it's out of hand, then we would make it harder to get. Alaska has a horrible problem. They had to ban liquor in certain areas, and I will adhere to that. I'll make it hard for you to get if you're an alcoholic. Just put it that way. Okay. So what I'm trying to do with the police force, and this is important for my campaign, and reorganizing and restructuring not only police corruption, but just the police force. The new guys that come in, they would not have lethal sidearms, but they would have weaponry, but it would be like advanced stun guns and things like this. But they would have the older guys they would call to oversee them. I know it sounds crazy, but let's say there is a case of danger, mass shooting incident. It could be anything. Crazy guy running around with a hammer. Now, we're not going to shoot crazy guys with hammers. We're going to find a way to stun gun them. More tackling and stun gunning and things like that. Because there's crazy guys with hammers. Listen, sorry about that. It was a pretzel. I've been in rideshare. I've seen crazy guys with hammers where I've called the police several times. I was assaulted at a Burger King, okay? Right here in the chin. I wrote a book about it called Chin, C-H-I-N. I'm serious, I really did. It's kind of a comedy, it's kind of a drama. I called the police and everything, but listen, let me explain something. Police can de-escalate. They know how to de-escalate, but listen, there's crazy guys with hammers, okay? I'm talking like a hammer. So they would call the team, and these would be all the older cops now that move up to this level. Because they don't have lethal. They'd have to call it in. They may have to now, I don't know. I don't think they have to now. No, they don't have to now. They can make discretion. This would be them being supervised discretion. So we have a team that works with these cops. This protects the cop. So I don't mean to spit. I've got pretzels and I'm trying to talk so you can hear me. That requires me to push air out and speak. So the cops can call for their protection. Now this is to protect police officers. Okay, I'm tired of seeing them on trial. These are guys that want to serve the country. My best friend, his main goal in life was to be a police officer. It was Foster Harrington. He died in the Second War in Marines. He was a Marine sergeant. All he ever wanted to do his entire life was be a police officer. It's all he ever talked about. Cole, I'm going to be a police officer. Cole, I'm going to do this. And he looked at me and he had these tears in his eyes. He always wanted to be a police officer. He wanted me to go out there and be an actor. He wanted me to join the Marines with him. I wish I would have. But he's dead. He died on the second one. But anyway, so the idea behind this is like, basically, it's kind of like overseeing, like supervision, constant. And we have ways to do it through, it's a thing called streaming. We're already streaming shows. Look at the donut operator. I know I don't promote the donut operator. He's a millionaire. He's got millions of dollars, blah, blah, because I don't like seeing the violence. And this would be private circuit kind of thing. Now, it can get public and stuff, and it should be, because it should be public information. But I'm talking about real, live kind of things where we can help these guys. They can even bring in drones, and they can bring in even a SWAT team. So it's supervised. And this goes all the way with all the mass shooting stuff that's happened even in department stores, all the way to schools. You have to look at this angle right now for safety reasons. Okay, so what we're doing is in the right direction. Body cam, all this stuff is in the right direction, but it should be even more so. And then we should have a special unit that's allowed to be lethal, okay? And these are guys that are trained, psychological. They make these calls, just like, let's use David Koresh and Wilco, the Showtime thing. Let's use that as an example. That was all supervised by different people. It was supervised by the FBI, ATF, all this stuff, right? And it was brutally done wrong because of the emergency aspect of it. So we need guys that oversee departments that are intelligent, they know about psychology, they're skilled, and they're hunted out. These people they're paid well to be these supervised people, and they have experience in law enforcement, okay? I know a little bit about it. I've got an ex-brother-in-law, but I'm not an expert. Foster was, but he's no longer with us because he chose to go the Marine route, and that's the most dangerous. The Marines are usually given the worst equipment, and they're put out there first, and they don't always come back. Marines are taught to die, okay? So Foster was taught to put himself on the line, so he's no longer with us. But that's the Marines, okay? That's a different situation. We're gonna be militant. I don't want to get rid of all guns, but only against our enemy. And we're going to be experts when it comes to military. We're going to advance the military with technology. But we can help these cops stay out of prison by having these supervised guys not only run with them and talk to them daily and be there with them. Don't leave them alone. Don't leave these cops alone. Let them have their supervision and make calls and stuff. So that even if it comes to a simple traffic stop, we're already overseeing it. We're going to try to look before and after, okay? They have it in the fire department. They do for first responders in the fire department. Remember, I witnessed 9/11, September 11th. They have it in the fire department. They try to look before and after. They try to look before it can happen, and they try to look, of course, study it after, so that they can analyze when a fire is going to happen. They can analyze it, okay? They can predict it. There's a guy, my second marriage, I was married in a backyard way out in Van Zandt County, and he specialized in looking before and after, before a possible fire. He was a first responder, a fireman. We can do these things in law enforcement as well. So some of these guys can ride without weaponry, without lethal sidearms. They can ride with just stun guns and stuff and be perfectly safe. They would have more armor, okay? So these guys would be armored a little bit better. And in certain cases, they could even access the armor. So they could carry some of the armor with them. Now, they're not going to look like those juggernaut people, doing a street stop, be doing a car stop. It's not going to be that bad. At least they have to. But we'll advance this technology so that we can end the deadly traffic stop. That's so many cases. You can't even count the cases on YouTube. The donut operator can't count it in his head. Ask the donut operator. He deals with it every day. I've watched him so much, man. It's crazy. But he deals with it every day. Listen, I've got all this bad energy coming off in the past about cops. It's not because it's real. It's because you have to be a radical in today's society to be heard. You have to be a radical. But still, we need to be on top of it so that the officer is protected and not going, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that, right? Because we're not looking before and after, okay? We're just saying, okay, this guy's trained in police academy, it's fine. They still need training every day. And we stay on top of it. So we're gonna have to put probably some funding in there. If we're going to see improvement, we're probably gonna have to put some funding in law enforcement. That means there's gonna be certain guys that are gonna be paid more, and they'll do their job way better. If they're getting 6 figures just to oversee a department, they're gonna make sure there are no mistakes, because they're gonna stay on top of all their guys, because they know they'll be penalized in a bad way and maybe even lose their careers if they mess up. So there'll be more accountability on higher up guys. These will be supervised officers and people, part of the sheriff departments and things like that, that can oversee even a simple stop, because they'll be there looking at all day long. Now, it'll be tough. It'll be harder work. These guys will be working harder, and the academy will be more advanced. And you ever seen the movie Departed with Martin Scorsese? Remember how it opens and how quick those cops were with those pencils and picking up and memorizing everything? They're sharp guys. Some of them are geniuses. They have to be. They'd have to be. But those are the ones that we need, that are going to put their life on the line. Okay. Now, corruption, we have to study that and stay on top of corruption as well. We have to see what it is, analyze it, educate it, they have to be a part of the academy. So when they're being trained, they're aware of what is corruption and stuff. There was a Fort Worth cop that went to jail. I don't know if he went to prison. He might have, for investigating something that he didn't need to investigate. And so they're not private investigators, but they're on task and they're being supervised, okay? So that's something that we need to do. I think Biden might be on it, at least start it, at least have a seat on it, you know? Because I know Biden was part of that. I didn't get to vote, but I can tell that part of the speech may have been, he gave a speech about it, he talked about it, and I think that was one of the things that people listened to whenever, you know, they voted for Biden, because he wanted that restructuring, which I'm on board with that on him. I'm not on board with all the Democrats and Republicans like Trump and everything like that, and Biden. I'm not on board on all of it, but I know that they want to watch over it, right? Because I'm third party, but I want them to be able to watch over it so that we can help. And this will be an advancement in enforcement. I'm just going to call it advancement in being lawful. We're listening to right now on our campaign trail is Tweety, Summer Noon. We'll see if we can see the whole thing right on Apple CarPlay. Yeah, there it is, Tweety. And it's Sakuri, that's the name of it. And it's good. It's him and his son, Tweety, Jeff Tweety, one of the best musicians since John Lennon. His son plays drums, and he started a band called Tweety. And they're cool. They're good for campaign music and all kinds of stuff. Tweety is. Obama used them. Actually, Barack Obama introduced Wilco, which was a cool move on his part. How he found out about Wilco, I don't know. But he introduced Wilco at one of the Chicago festivals, one of the music festivals. He introduced, like, here's Wilco, and it was Barack Obama introducing him. It's a cool moment in history. It was a cool president. I'm going to study a little bit about Teddy Roosevelt in a minute. I want to read some Teddy Roosevelt stuff, because Teddy Roosevelt was kind of a rosy president. I'm going to read about him a little bit. I think someone tried to kill him. And when they shot him, now I have to look this up, but it was one of the presidents. He was a bigger guy. He was a hunter. And the guy tried to assassinate him, and Secret Service pummeled the guy, the assassinator. Pummeled him, jumped on top of him. Teddy said, no, take this guy to the hospital. He told the Secret Service and everybody, take this guy to the hospital. The guy that shot him, he wanted to help the guy. He said, get him to the hospital, because they weren't going to kill him. Back then, the guns were real cheap. Probably barely even went off. Guy tried to shoot him. He said, stop. I think Reagan would have done the same for Hinckley. You know, Hinckley's shopping. Hinckley's walking around, getting his toothpaste. Well, I get some toothpaste here, and oh, look, there's a book on John Lennon. I think I'll pick this book up on John Lennon and read it. Whoa, that's it. And there's a book on Jodie Foster. Well, yeah, I better not get that one. Oh, a screenplay called Taxi Driver. Nah, I won't get that one. But I do think that I'll take this book on, a band called Wilco. I'll read about them. Hinckley. Hinckley, why'd you do it? Well, Jodie Foster. Why else would I do it? They knew then. They were like, okay, Hinckley. They put him right into the institution. They didn't put him in prison. Poor Hinckley. It makes me want to cry. He shot Ronald Reagan to impress Jodie Foster, and it was a taxi driver thing. He watched the movie Taxi Driver and then went off and shot Reagan. They gave him the institution. He got out. He's out. He's interviewed. I think they interviewed him on, he's on YouTube. There's YouTube interviews. He's doing fine. Drinking coffee. Yeah, I remember. I don't know if he remembers it, but he's like, I can recall something, you know. Something happened. It's okay, Hinckley. Here, have another biscuit. I'm gonna read this book about, you know, he's a free man. He can do whatever he wants. He's gonna go walk his poodle. Named his poodle Jody. Well, we're gonna do some shopping right now at Whole Foods. They ordered through Whole Foods. We're in the parking lot, and it's gonna be tulips. We're buying tulip flowers and kombucha. It's like a drink. We're gonna look at it. Must be somebody's birthday. Tulips and kabuka tea or something like that. Man, the 80s, 1980s. Whew. Man, I got a whole story about that whole thing. New Wave water. I would tell Godard, but he passed away. Alright, this is what we're looking for. The brand is GT. I've got it before. It's pretty good. You gotta shake it. It's GT's. And it's, I'm pronouncing it kombucha. Now what we're looking for is gingerade. So it's multi-green. There it is. It's this stuff right here. This is the stuff I recommend too. This is very good. I believe it's Indian. You can see right back here. I've got a really good friend, Poorna Jagannath. She's a movie star in Waiting. Probably one of our best actresses, by the way. I was in voice class with her at the new school. Employ her now if you're a filmmaker. She's also just like probably top 10 most beautiful women, but she was one of my. She was at the White House not very long ago. Not Obama, but Biden was there, and she was hanging out there representing Indian people. She's got footage of Biden on her own camera. Her little phone. I went to school with her. She was in my voice class. Hey, Porna, how you doing? This is we're gonna buy this. Jagannath, this is how I pronounce it, but she'll probably correct me. And then we're going to get some tulips, 10 count. These are tulips right here, it's a 10 count. I'm gonna go and take a gander on it. This is their little Amazon drop off right there. I'm gonna drop this off at your doorstep, yes, so that I can stay alive. Just joking. I'm just doing it because I'm not. Gotta find it somewhere here. Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And okay, I got your tulips. I just talked to Rashad, told him about the Please Subscribe show. He thought it was cool. It's like, yeah, okay. I said, we do a little bit of music, mostly about humanity and dropping stuff off at doorsteps. You know, I didn't get in the whole Linda cutting her thumb and everything, but it is an episode. But anyway, that is right at Whole Foods. Got the Whole Foods, got the tulips and the kombucha. Hey, listen, if you can want to pronounce it, then pronounce it out loud. Scream. Kombucha. Kabuka. It's an Indian food that makes you better. It's got ginger in it. It's great. It clears you up. Buy it immediately. Go right out and buy it. Take another stab at that. Summer Noon Tweety off the album. I'm going to say Sakure. I'm going to try Sakure. Oops, got a message. Got to go. Well, we got to head back to Whole Foods and pick up a teddy bear. So they wanted to add a teddy bear to the gift. So we're going back and you're going to get the teddy bear. Now, you're probably asking, is this guy serious about wanting to run for president? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, he is serious. I am serious. I am serious about the presidency. I think it would be good to go out helping the country. And also give me a great jogging plan. Bill Clinton jogged. George Bush was a jogger. George Bush Sr. was a jogger. I love jogging. A lot of the presidents jog. All I would like to say is if I'm taken care of and I can jog, I will be happy. I love to jog. I love to run. Trust me, everyone that knows me, I love to do it. So I know they would protect me if I jogged as president. If I was a runner, they would protect me. That's the Trinity River. It'd be a great way to go out as president. It'd be a great way to finish up life and try to get things done right. And then afterwards, I would retire and make documentaries. And maybe a few narratives, too. Teddy bear. Well, I wanted a teddy bear, but I found a bunny. So we're gonna try the bunny, see if the bunny works. We go with the bunny.
Please take your receipt.
Yes, thank you. One with the bunny. All right, they're all the way from Washington. He will drink the liquor, he will drink the beer, and he will do everything in his power to try to kill you. He will smoke the cigarettes, he will smoke, he will try whatever he can to try to kill you. Washington, and he will smoke it. Marijuana kills. Marijuana will kill you and your family. It'll kill everybody that you know. I promise you. I'm speaking the word of God. It will kill your entire family. Stop it now. Because if you don't, I can find a way to make you stop. Stop hurting yourself so that you can hurt other people. Stop being selfish. Buddha is an ideology. Jesus Christ is king. He rules over your life. It has been proven marijuana is bad for your health, and it does kill. It's not something that you should do. You need to grow up and stop the abuse of all marijuana. It's time for our generation to progress and grow up. These people idolize marijuana, and it's harmful. It causes horrible, horrible disease, and it's not good. Alcohol is horrible too. It causes disease, and it's horrible, horrible. I mean, it's a war. Alcoholism is a war. Marijuana is horrible. It's like a war too. I'm not trying to judge, but it's something I know is not good. I would not condone it on anyone. It is the most disgusting thing. I don't care what you look like. You are disgusting. You are a disgusting human being. You're the scum of the earth. Scum of the earth. Liquor is the same. Scum of the earth. You are the reason the devil shows his head today and smiles. Just as you're smiling as you listen to this. You're in a disgust. And I pray for you. All right. So we're going to drop off this tulips. And we're going to drop off this bunny rabbit, I guess is what we found, and kabuka right here. Must be a nice little place to live. So the 5th floor, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, somewhere up there. They do have security here too. I was let in by a nice TCU looking person with a poodle. Yeah, so there's the pool. Over that one. It's a 5th floor. She said you didn't need a pass for the elevator. Person sounds interesting on their voicemail. So.
Going up.
Forward here. Check out this elevator. Been on many elevators all through Dallas, through Carrollton, Louisville, all the way to Fort Worth. Many elevators.
Fifth floor. Going down.
All right. Let's see here. I think I remember this. All right. So they had the bunny rabbit and the tulips and the kabuka. And we're headed back. Pretty nice place.
Going down.
Actuality, I'm going up. 5th floor. Anyway, regardless of all the marijuana, it's still bad for you. It's just an illusion to what they think is happiness, but they can't have happiness. You can only have holiness. You can only be holy. You can't really be happy. You can try, but you can't really be happy. You can only be holy. So if you find the Lord, He will make you holy, and that's what's good. I promise you. Now we're gonna pick up some sushi at Sushi, or actually we're gonna pick up sushi at Sushi Axiom. All right, we'll be passing West 7th Bridge.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
Ba-da-da-da-dun-dun-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-dun-dun-dun.